Peace and blessings. It's E.R.A.S, energy rooted above self. Always grateful to bring y'all a video. But listen, knowledge is not free. You have to pay attention. Please focus on this video. Like and subscribe now. And after that, do not get sidetracked. I'm about to go on for y'all. All right, I'm making this video is about how to fix a broken heart in 7 days. But before I start, y'all gotta know this. Your heart can never be broken. Your heart is an organ, you feel me? So it has to physically shut down for your heart to be broken. As long as you have the willpower to live, your heart can never be broken. But you can go through an unwanted ego death. I'm about to get more into that. But your heart can't be broken. You don't have a broken heart. Your ego has died and you cannot shed it. I'm about to go more into that. So if you're going around thinking that you have a broken heart, this affects your quality of life and how other people see your quality of life. Because your heart it's in you feel me? And your voice is just an extension of your heart, really. Anything you say out your mouth is coming from your heart. Your heart is what holds subconscious beliefs of the past, subconscious, same thing. And your ego lives in your heart too. So there's a danger going around thinking that you have a broken heart or saying you have a broken heart, because you don't have a broken heart. You have the ego of someone with a damaged ego. There's a difference. So, because all of your beliefs from the past, any subconscious beliefs, any beliefs you see over and over again on TV that lives in you now, all that creates an ego. An ego is the emotional body for you. Every emotion has the potential to become addictive or dependent. You'll be dependent on the emotion because emotions are arousing. You know that. Every emotion is arousing. So depending on what emotion you like to arouse yourself with will be what your ego depends on identifying with your DNA. Everybody needs an ego to identify with their DNA. You have the power to change your ego, and so does life. You feel me? So if you're walking around with a broken heart or an ego of someone with a damaged ego, you feel me? That's life kind of telling you need to grow up. Really, to go around saying you have a broken heart, you in love with an emotion of yours. You feel me? You're in love with an emotion of yours. That's the emotion you produce. So the danger of that is, you can't own emotions or time. You feel me? That's something that you can't have in this world. That's just something that to boost the experience. Because there was, believe it or not, there was a time where nobody was aware of emotions. There was a time when nobody was aware of time. You feel me? This is the new world we living in. That's the new age. Believe it or not. As humans, we've been gifted with the ability to heal your ego, or to absorb a new ego, to absorb light, information. All humans, I don't care if you black, white, green, purple, I don't care what color you are. You got the power of the prism, your seven elements. You got the power of the rainbow. I'm about to go down into this now. All right. So all right, to understand this, kind of put it in your perspective. Don't really listen to my words too much, or look at me as somebody, you feel me? Put it in your perspective and figure out what problem, you feel me? If you're going through an ego death right now and you're trying to cope with it, you got to understand what you're going through. How is your ego dying? What caused that event? Focus on the event and then go through your 7 levels of awareness about it. This should just take 7 days. If not 7 days, it's going to take 14 days. 2 weeks of a broken ego is better than thinking you got a broken heart for the rest of your life. Trust me. Y'all know that. Trust me. So the first day is, okay, on the first day, I'm not saying drop your fear about it, but you need to understand what about it is making you fearful. So on the first day, go through those fearful thoughts in your head. Put yourself in a fearful reality so that you can understand that is not real. Right now is real. You feel me? Think about anything that could go wrong. You feel me? Get it off your head right now while you can on this whole first day. So now you can remember that you still here alive in the flesh, and that future ain't coming unless you keep thinking about it. Now you don't have to stop yourself from thinking about it because you already been thinking about it. So now you know how it feels. You don't want to be afraid anymore, and that you got right now. You don't have to be afraid right now. You're scared of the future and you're scared of your thoughts. So that's what the first day should be about. being aware that you can be scared of your own thoughts. Are we on day 2 now? Day 2 deals with what are you guilty about? You feel me? A lot of times you ain't gonna be scared unless you did something. You're not gonna be scared unless you guilty. You made somebody a reason to be fear of you, or you did something. So on that day, you need to forgive yourself for the guilt you did, and if you can, talk to the person and let them understand where you came from to do that, and that you're guilty about it. Be honest about your guilt. You feel me? If you try and hide your guilt, you're just going to absorb a new ego of somebody who hides guilt. That's day 2. All right, day 3 now deals with shame. What are you going to lose? You feel me? The whole first day you thought about what you was in fear about, but now what are you going to lose about it? If that does happen, what happens now? I mean, are you able to live life after your biggest fear happens? You feel me? After this event that, on the first day we thought about, if it happens, can you still live life? You feel me? Will it shame you? And if it does, why? You feel me? And if it's going to shame you to a really bad point, do everything in your power not for that event to happen. You feel me? Because you control shame. Once you understand and break the event down before it comes in your face. And we doing it now. Shame was day 3. On to day 4. You feel me? Day 4, you should be in it. You should already be ready to, feel different. This is something that's on your mind. So if it's an event that you feel like is coming up that hurt your ego, or it's an event that already happened that's hurt your ego, you feel me? You have to look at the memory of it. You feel me? Look at the event for the good in it, and then look at the bad that the good carried, and look at the good that the bad carried. I'm about to give an example. Let me think real fast. Yeah, I just got a good example. If you ever sitting down and you think back of it on the moment and you get like PTSD, like post-traumatic stress about it, post-traumatic embarrassment, how you be sitting there and you be thinking about any event and you like, yeah, that happened. You feel me? That is a sign that you need to find the good in the bad and the bad in the good. You feel me? Or it wouldn't stick with you. It wouldn't give you that emotion like that. So on day 4, you got to figure out if you got to look for all those emotions. Anything that make you cringe or feel any type of way. Figure out why it make you feel a type of way. You feel me? Because before we go, all right, let's get into day 5. Because now that you don't feel a type of way, you looked at everything for the good and the bad and the good. And it's all, everything is everything. On day 5, you need to get in the mirror, bro. Like, yeah, day 5, get in the mirror and say everything you've been feeling and thinking about. Because all the way up to day 5, you really shouldn't be talking too much. This is just how you feel about it. And you trying to talk to yourself with emotions, really. So on day 5, now you're talking to yourself with words. And you can't lie to yourself because you can feel lies coming from your own mouth. So day 5, you have to make sure you're not lying to yourself. Or start the process over. That's why I said 7 or 14 days. 14 days is better than going the rest of your life thinking you got a broken heart. And people like me just sees a person who has an ego of somebody who has a weak ego. You don't have a broken heart. You have a weak ego. Yeah, I just got a good example. If you ever sitting down and you think back of it on the moment and you get like PTSD, like post-traumatic stress about it, post-traumatic embarrassment, how you be sitting there and you be thinking about any event and you like, yeah, that happened. You feel me? That is a sign that you need to find the good in the bad and the bad in the good. You feel me? Or it wouldn't stick with you. It wouldn't give you that emotion like that. So on day 4, you got to figure out if you got to look for all those emotions. Anything that make you cringe or feel any type of way. Figure out why it make you feel a type of way. You feel me? Because before we go, all right, let's get into day 5. Because now that you don't feel a type of way, you looked at everything for the good and the bad and the good. And it's all, everything is everything. On day 5, you need to get in the mirror, bro. Like, yeah, day 5, get in the mirror and say everything you've been feeling and thinking about. Because all the way up to day 5, you really shouldn't be talking too much. This is just how you feel about it. And you trying to talk to yourself with emotions, really. So on day 5, now you're talking to yourself with words. And you can't lie to yourself because you can feel lies coming from your own mouth. So day 5, you have to make sure you're not lying to yourself. Or start the process over. That's why I said 7 or 14 days. 14 days is better than going the rest of your life thinking you got a broken heart. And people like me just sees a person who has an ego of somebody who has a weak ego. You don't have a broken heart. You have a weak ego. All right, we're on to day 6. Get your ass back in the mirror. Go back to the mirror. And now laugh. You feel me? Especially if the situation is over, you've already had the ego broke about it. You can't go back to that old ego. Laugh about it. That's the only way you're going to be comfortable about the stuff. Just laugh. It's okay. You feel me? You've already shed it, or you know shit is coming. Laugh. You feel me? And be in the moment now. Now you can live in creation instead of living in survival. Now you can create your own ego instead of trying to survive with a dead ego. That shit is gone. It's over. You still trying. You being dragged along by it instead of trying to laugh at it. You can laugh at it and bring a new one in. So yeah, that's what day 7 is. After you laughed about it, day 7, back in the mirror and affirm who you are now. If you know the event's coming, affirm who you want to be when the event is in your face. If the event is over, affirm who you are now. That's your power as a human being. The affirmations that you give yourself is your power. That's the prison power. That's your 7 elements. That's the rainbow power. It's all of that. It's purple haze. It's all of that. You feel me? But you got to get on the level of understanding this stuff.